Welcome back, everyone, to the Impossible Puzzles Show. It's episode 186. Today, we're saying hi to Keyvan Billou. Oh my God, everyone! Lock up your wives and daughters. The handsome Keyvan is here. Hello and hi.
Hey,
Tell us all about yourself. What's going on? What's up?
yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah, so right now I'm doing a fitness coach, online fitness coaching, in-person fitness coaching. So yeah, I'm 20 years old. I'm running this fitness coaching business. I've been doing it over a couple of years now, and gotten some really good results with clients. And yeah, I'm looking to continue to help more people, continue to have more transformations with people in terms of the way they look, and more transformations and even better transformations as I continue to grow and improve personally, and then with my work and my skill set as well.
Fascinating, amazing. A 20-year-old business owner, an entrepreneur. Good Lord, that's half my lifetime ago. What sayest thou, O young wise man? Teach us, O sensei. 20 years old, an entrepreneur. Good Lord. Mazel tov. Call the rabbis. What inspired you to take on this strong adult-like challenge of running your own show? Good Lord.
Yeah, well, so for me, because I'm 20, there's a couple of options when you're 20 or when you're finishing high school. When you're living in Canada, most people go to university, or they might join like a trade, or they might start doing something completely different, like I'm doing. And I've never wanted to go to university, to be honest. My plan was to go to university at a certain point because I just didn't know what else I would do. I used to play soccer. I used to be really into working out. From a very young age, I remember doing workouts with my dad at like 3 or 4 years old. He would be working out, and I would just do it next to him. Or when I got a little bit older, like 5 or 6 years old, I was obsessed with having abs at like 5 or 6 years old. I would wake up before school. I would go to my basement and put in like if you know P90X ab workout CD. I'd put it into the CD player, which you don't really have anymore. And then I would do the ab workout like at 5 or 6 years old because I really cared about how I looked, and I wanted to have abs for some reason, whatever reason that was. I thought it looked cool, so I wanted to have it. And then my entire life I've been into fitness, working out, and always just cared about how my body looked and felt. And yeah, as time went on, I continued working out, and then I realized, I'm really passionate about this. I'm pretty good at it. I enjoy studying it. I enjoy learning it. I enjoy helping other people enjoy it and teaching other people how to get results for themselves. Like I would just, from time to time when I was at the gym, I would talk with friends and try to help them out with form on different exercises, help them improve the way they're doing their exercises, helping them improve their workouts. And for some reason, I found that I really loved doing that. I don't know why. It felt very good when they would tell me like, oh, this works so well, like, thank you. And that just felt really good to me. So I thought, oh, why not do this as work for myself, and why not benefit from it and make money from it as well. So that's why I told you the other day when we spoke on the phone, like I never thought about running a business or being a business owner. That's not why I do this. I just enjoy fitness. I enjoy helping other people. I know it's probably a very cliche thing to say, but it's just true. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy seeing other people get very good results. Like that's how I measure my success is I measure my success through my clients and through how good I can make them look, and the kind of transformations I can get with my clients. So yeah, that's sort of how I got to where I'm currently at today.
Fascinating. And this is not a fugazi. This is not a fake business. This is not an amateur business. You have real clients at 20 years old. People double your age, triple your age.
Yeah.
Aren't you afraid of is there fear of presenting, performing, selling, servicing Yeah, this is phenomenal. 1,000 points. Amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's any fear with it. I mean, to be honest, when I first started doing it, I was a bit nervous working with people because like I told you the other day, I had this sort of imposter syndrome where you feel like, oh, there's no way I can do this. There's no way I can help this person who's this successful business owner who makes all this money, who's so good in all these other areas of his life, who has so much more life experience than me, but I have this skill set and I have this knowledge and I have this way of looking at things and this way of problem solving, because that's the biggest thing with my work. It's not the program I'm giving someone, it's helping them fit the program into their life and problem solving. And it's not just it's not like people's lives stay the same. People's lives change. So it's problem solving throughout a person's life. Maybe someone, not only do they get busier, maybe they have some health condition that comes up. So then it's helping them solve these problems. And basically, I just realized that I'm good at doing this and I'm pretty good at helping people get results. So I stopped really being nervous around meeting new people. Like, to be honest, I'm naturally very shy. So I don't like it was pretty challenging for me at first to go up to someone who's 3 times my age and basically tell them what to do. Because I just naturally a pretty shy person. But as time went on, I became just more comfortable with it. And I realized that, I'm helping the person. I'm not just telling them what to do. I'm helping them improve their life, improving the way they feel every day. So I started looking at it more through that lens, that I'm just helping this person and improving their quality of life, improving the way they live every single day. And that fear sort of went away. I think like anything you do it enough, you start to just become much more comfortable with it. And even though the person is double or triple my age, actually, right now I'm 20. The oldest client I have is 71, so even more than triple my age. You just
Mazel tov. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow, it's fascinating. And sorry to cut you off there.
No, it's okay.
You were on the Thought Leader Revolution podcast. That's how I found out about you. I was shared a link. And how do you know Nikki Billou?
Oh, Nikki Billou, yeah. We share the same last name. So he's my dad. So I've known him for quite a while. He's he is a great podcast. I was happy he asked me to come on the podcast. So yeah, it was a good experience. So like I said, he's the one that sort of got me into working out from a very young age, since he was always working out himself, and he set a good example for me to get into working out and caring a lot about my health and fitness since as long as I can remember.
Yeah. Huge shout out to Nikki Billou who put us together.
He
And
got started. Yeah.
And that's your dad. What's it like having a father who's such a intense and strong, manly man? My father was the complete opposite. Very
Right.
flowery. He passed away a couple of years ago. He was 78. But my father was the complete opposite. A flowery gentleman, always, very highly intelligent, very eccentric, very talkative, very nonsense oriented. Your father's the complete opposite. It's a lot of strength. Do you feel that you want to prove yourself as a businessman in the eyes of your father, like I felt I had to?
I mean, to be fully honest with you, I don't really think that. I don't feel like I need to prove myself I feel like I need to prove myself to everyone and to myself. It's not really like one particular person. Like the thing that makes me, like, I work a lot of the time, a lot of like long hours, a lot of days where you're tired by the end of the day. And the thing that pushes me through those hours where I'm very exhausted is just sort of the way I see myself as someone who is successful and has to be successful. And it's actually something that's interesting. I was thinking about it when we were at the dinner last week, and Perry was speaking, and he said, "Oh, you have to hate mediocrity." And I really thought about that actually a lot the past week. I really liked that line. He said, "You remember when he said that?"
Yeah, totally. Perry Wong, brilliant, successful author, entrepreneur, businessman, got knocked down and got himself up many times. Beautiful pool house. And beautiful hanging out with him, hearing him speak. Yes. What was the saying that if you don't hate mediocrity, it sounded to be Malcolm X.
Then you'll accept it. Yeah, like if you don't
Yeah,
hate
yeah.
it, basically you'll be mediocre if you don't hate it and you're not disgusted by it. And when he said that, I realized, oh, that's kind of how I am, but I could be even more that way. So that's sort of how I feel. Like I just hate being average. I don't want to be average. It's actually something I've talked about throughout my entire life. It's people usually think it's weird. Like, why do you, when you're like 14 years old, why are you talking to me about why do you hate being average? You're saying that when you're 14. Like, it's kind of strange, but I would always surround myself with people who were sort of like-minded, so I felt like it was normal. But no, I realized most people aren't really like that. But yeah, I just hate being mediocre, and I just, for myself, to prove to myself. And then there's a bit of, oh, I want to show other people I can do it too. And of course, yeah, show my dad would be nice as well. But I would say the main drive for me is just myself, proving to myself I can do these things, I can be successful, I can figure out how to be successful, and just kind of navigate through hard situations. That's really the main motivation for me.
Yeah, fascinating. I am talking here deeply about, shout out to Perry
Yeah,
Wong,
shout out to Peter,
brilliant.
sure. Great speech.
Always
Great
nervous when I
speaker.
see him or I'm invited to his office or his house because he's always like, Merker, how are we doing? I heard you're doing crazy puzzles. And I'm like, yes, I'm working hard. I got my, and this. And I also feel imposter syndrome. And I also have nervousness. I'm the same. I'm 42, married with 5 kids, but I also feel always more now than ever the imposter syndrome. Am I the guy? Who am I to do this? And then there's critics who are like, who are you to do this and that? And no one does that. And no one turns, Judaism into a bunch of puzzles. And then there's always negative criticism. And also university, sure, college, university. What do you do when you finish high school? There's tremendous pressure on me to be, lawyer, doctor, accountant, engineer, like
Yeah.
almost everyone in my own family. And I can so relate. I can so relate. And it's hard. It's hard to go against the grain.
Yeah.
And you're going on podcasts. This is not your first rodeo. You are going on multiple podcasts. What's it been like as a 20-year-old entrepreneur going against the grain and being interviewed by people double, triple your age? Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah. Something I've noticed, like something I've known since for a few years now, is that when you're going against the grain, you're usually doing the right thing, at least for what I consider the right thing, because of course everyone has a different meaning of the right thing. But for me, doing the right thing is, like I said, trying to be better than average, trying to be the best that I can be, and not the best, just the best in general. I always want to be at the top of whatever I'm doing. So even when I was in school, like in high school, I remember I would spend most of the lunch hour. I wouldn't spend it in the lunchroom sitting with friends. I would usually spend it in the gym, either doing something like recovery or doing like cardio, because I was playing soccer at the time. I was trying to improve my soccer skills. So I always like to do things that people weren't usually doing. And then people would ask me, like, where were you at lunch? Like, what were you doing? And it's just a small example, but when I think back on it, I realize, oh, this has sort of just been my personality for a long time, is I kind of like being the guy that does things alone and does things that most people aren't going to do. So yeah, there's definitely some pushback. I remember when I first made the decision to not go to university, my parents were questioning it. I would say they weren't thrilled with the decision, but they still understood, and they had some trust in me for whatever reason. And they said, okay, he might make something out of this. And then of course there's friends who, to be honest, I just completely didn't really speak to for months, because I didn't want to hear any of the pushback of, why are you doing this? Because for me, I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear this negativity. So anybody that was bringing me just negative talk or telling me I'm doing the wrong thing, that would just be one conversation we had, and then I would stop speaking to them, because I don't want to hear it. If you don't know me well enough to understand that I know, like, to be honest, I know what I'm doing when I have, like, I just kind of go all into things. So I put all my eggs in one basket. I love the pressure of knowing, like, I have to do well at this, or people are going to look at me as like a failure. So that's why I love this situation that I'm in, because like, if I don't do well in this, I didn't go to university, I have nothing else. So like, this is kind of it for me, is to do well in this, or I'll feel terribly about myself. Other people will be like, I told you so, which of course is the last thing that I would want to have happen. So yeah, I mean, it's just I like going against the grain, to be honest. I like the pushback from people. I enjoy it. I just love the whole process of all of it. I love the pressure, and yeah, it's a privilege, and like I'm very grateful to be in the position that I'm in. So.
Yeah. I love everything you're saying is so, Mike Merker endorses this message, if you will. Friends you don't speak to, people who criticize you, you have to kind of deal with that. Sometimes it's easier to, have that separation or have that distance, or, sticking to your guns, putting all your eggs in one basket. I know exactly what that's like. My wife's upstairs. Hopefully she's, well, we're recording anyway, so she'll find out eventually. And the unique situation where you're going against the grain, and it's Keyvan versus Keyvan. It's someone against themselves, and all the people who are waiting to say, I told you so, this didn't work, or look how many hours you spent on this. I can relate a million times. And what keeps you strong? What keeps you going in the toughness and against the odds? It's hard. Running any service is hard. You cannot rely on other people to sell it. You are the service provider. It's hard.
Yeah. What keeps me going? I just enjoy it. So I don't really need to have anything to keep me going, to be honest. Like, it's my life. It's what I do. So, I mean, I don't have too much else to be doing anyway. So it's kind of what I like to do. So I can't really imagine myself doing anything else. So for me, it doesn't really feel like I need anything to keep going. I mean, sure, some days are long, they're hard, but like I said, I kind of enjoy that process of things being challenging. I don't really want to live a life that's easy anyways. Like, I don't want my life to be like, I don't want to become like soft, you could say, I guess. I don't, and the only way to not become soft is to expose yourself to challenging days and challenging times. So I do enjoy it. And yeah, I mean, I don't think I could be living a better life than I currently am at this time. I mean, this is like, of course I want to keep getting better. I want to become more successful. I want to get more clients, help more people, but I understand this is part of the process. This point that I'm in right now is part of the process to get me there. So yeah, I'm just loving the process every day. And then I just understand and keep reminding myself that, yeah, you're doing what you love to do, and keep going, keep pushing yourself even harder, keep getting better, keep working harder, and you'll see the results that you want to see on the other side of that effort that you're putting in.
Yeah. Fascinating. And on Instagram, I'm cheating. I'm on my other computer here. You're a body transformation coach at Keyvan.Billou. Links will be on YouTube. Links in the description below. You got your Instagram. You were on the Thought Leader Revolution podcast, episode 806. You were on other shows. You were on Getting Real with Hilary. I saw you.
Yeah.
June 2026. What was that like? What was that episode like?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was my first podcast that I had done, so a little bit nervous going into it. I didn't know if I could speak for that long, but it turned out that I had a lot more to say than I thought I would. Yeah, I enjoyed the questions she asked me were good. It allowed me to speak quite a bit. And yeah, once I did that first podcast, I had a lot more confidence going into my dad's podcast. And then now coming and doing this one with you, it feels a little bit more familiar, more comfortable with it all. So it was a good first podcast for me to do. And yeah, I was shocked at how long I could talk for about fitness and health. So yeah, it was a good first podcast for me.
Fascinating. I'm nervous. I mean, I've done it maybe a few more times than you.
Yeah.
Also, you get more used to it, but I'm nervous every time. And I relate to everything you're saying about imposter syndrome, hating mediocrity, being nervous, getting a little bit better the next time, wanting to go all in. And even as I'm talking with you, I'm fidgeting under the table, getting out my, ADHD, if you will, And what's a day? What's a day in your life really like? So curious.
Yeah, a day in my life. So yeah, right now, usual day today. Fridays are an exception for me. So Fridays, I is a little bit of a different day, but most days, say from Saturday through Thursday, I'll wake up at 5. I'll do whatever I have to do in the morning. Drive to the gym, get there like around 5:45. It's pretty close to my house. Then I start training clients at 6 a.m. and then usually we'll train clients from around 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Of course, there's some breaks in between there, time for me to work out, time for me to eat, time for me to send messages to clients, make Instagram content. Then usually after 8, I have a little bit more work to do, whether it's sending someone a new diet, putting together a new workout program, or to maybe taking a client phone call, creating some content for Instagram. Just usually a couple more things to do. So I usually end up finishing work by more like 8:30 or 9. And then by 9, I'll usually just head home, eat. I'll probably still be messaging clients up until I go to bed at around 10:30 or 11. Like I pretty much always have a message to send. So even then in the morning, usually when I wake up, I'll send a couple messages too because somebody messaged me while I was sleeping. So I try to always not leave people undelivered for longer than an hour or 2 hours throughout the day. Really, I respond to 90% of my messages within an hour. And then, of course, if I'm sleeping, it's not going to be responded to in an hour. But throughout the day, I'm constantly just checking my phone to text people back as quickly as possible. Yeah, that's sort of a general day in the life for me.
Fascinating. You have, without any formal training or without ever an apprenticeship or a mentor or someone holding your hand, you are mastering like the art of running like a good service, a good fitness one-on-one kind of coaching service, rapid response times, being attentive to clients' needs, holding people to a higher standard. The best marketing is always the best marketing, advertising, save a lot of money there, is word of mouth. Is
Yeah,
people
absolutely.
is and I remember at the dinner, there were so many comments like, "Oh, look how handsome Keyvan is. Oh, does
Right.
anyone want to be as handsome?" Is that one of the tricks all the older clients or friends or family friends,
Yeah, I think it helped.
father's friends going, "Oh, look how you want to be handsome like 20-year-old Kayvon." Is that part of the business, shall we say?
Yeah, I mean, I care to keep myself in good shape for sure to show people that I'm not just telling you what to do, but I'm practicing it as well. So, I mean, I'm always improving my body and continue to try to improve, not try to, but continue to improve my body to show people. So first, I need to set an example for people. Why would you want to listen to someone if they're not doing what they're telling you to do, right? So, yeah, I think honestly, I don't think you can be a good fitness coach if you're not in good shape yourself. It's not really possible.
Yes, here we're saying humorously that, yeah, you want your chef to be fat. You want them, but you want your fitness coach to be skinny. You want your rabbi, your preacher, your reverend, whatever. You want them to be righteous. You want, the right person in the right time. I love how you're saying that. And exercise, getting onto the topic here of fitness and exercise.
Yeah.
What are some of the tricks of the trade? I myself am a little chubby, so I can't give advice. That would be false. But what is fitness and health? What is it all about? Where do we begin with this? The ABCs.
Yeah, well, I'd say the number one thing is for your health and longevity and just having a long, high quality life is you need to have muscle. So muscle helps with pretty much everything. It's sort of armor for your body. Most people, when they get up there in age, late 60s, 70s, I think a pretty common cause of death is somebody takes a fall, breaks their hip, they're immobile for a year. Their body starts to just decay because they're not using their muscles at all. And then pretty soon after they die because their body it's just not very healthy because they're not moving, they're not doing much. So if you have muscle, like for example, one of my clients who's in her 60s, she took a fall not long ago, fell down the stairs, not just falling on the ground, like fell down the stairs. And this was Saturday night. Sunday morning, she came in, she worked out with me, and she was just a bit bruised. because she has muscle on her body that's protecting her. Then muscle helps speed up your metabolism. It's really helps with pretty much everything that you can think of. Just keeps you overall healthier, makes it harder for you to gain body fat. And yeah, it's really just the key to longevity is building muscle. And then from there, if you want to talk about, let's say, losing weight, for example, a lot of people have struggled with losing weight. Well, I would say the biggest mistake people make when trying to lose weight is under eating. So I have lots of clients who, when they start with me, they're under eating, and I give them more food, and they end up losing body fat. They end up losing weight when eating more food. Of course, in the right amount. You can't just eat however much you want, but with the prescribed amount I'm giving them, more food often leads the person to losing weight. Because let's say, for example, I increase someone's food by 200 calories. Often that 200 calories gives them the fuel and energy they need to burn an extra 400. So it puts them in the deficit that they need to be in to lose body fat. But that's just, yeah, it's one of the most common mistakes I would say people make with losing weight. I don't know if you want me to talk more about that, losing weight, or but yeah, so it's really yeah, you need to make sure you're eating enough food, and then the muscle is the greatest tool for fat loss is muscle. It's not cardio. Cardio is good. It helps. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It 100% works. But when it comes to losing fat and keeping it off, well, muscle is really the answer. Because, I mean, you can lose a ton of weight. If I say, hey, I want you to go do cardio for 4 hours a day, you're going to lose a ton of weight pretty quick. But you can't do 4 hours a day of cardio forever. Eventually, you're not going to have the time to do it. So when you build a good foundation, meaning when you have a lot of muscle, your metabolism is fast, you're burning lots of calories because your metabolism is fast because of all the muscle you have, because muscle is what you call metabolically active, meaning that it just requires lots of calories for your body to maintain the muscle. It needs calories just to sit in your body. Well, you're going to lose fat just from having more muscle, and you're going to maintain that look, and you're going to maintain that leanness or that conditioning that you get to because of the muscle that you have, not because you killed yourself with cardio for hours. But the thing is, with muscle building, it's a very slow process compared to cardio. So people often get impatient and they decide, oh, let me just do cardio, and they get the result fast, but they don't keep it. Whereas muscle will allow you to get the result slower, but you'll be able to maintain it afterwards. So in the long run, it's going to be better for you. And that's not to say I would never tell someone to do cardio. There's a time and a place for cardio, but cardio should be complementary to the workouts, which is going to help you build the muscle. Resistance training is what I like to call it, where you're building muscle in the gym, lifting weights. And the cardio should be complementing that and help with the fat loss, but it shouldn't be the main tool you're using for fat loss. Your main tool should be your workouts and your muscle building, of course, combined with your diet. Because no matter how much muscle you have, no matter how much cardio you do, if you eat like garbage food, your body will reflect that. So yeah, so that's one of the keys for losing weight. Or
no, it's amazing. It's amazing. And when you were younger, I mean, you said beautifully how at such a young age, was it what, 4, 5, 6, you're focusing, you're thinking about fitness, and then you were, I remember when we were chatting before, we cheated. We had a chat the previous week, plus that dinner, which was awesome.
Yeah.
You were a hardcore soccer player, a football player, if you will.
Yeah.
The European football, if you will.
Yeah.
What was that like being you were always an overachiever on the court or on the field.
Yeah.
How was those experiences as a younger man?
Yeah.
In brackets.
Yeah. So soccer, any sport, I think it really sets you up very well. It teaches you a lot of good skills. I would say it teaches you how to win, how to lose, how to work with people you like, how to work with people that you don't like, and still succeed together. It also teaches you, well, it can teach you, it depends on, I mean, how you handle it, but often when you lose a soccer game or any game, you want to blame the refs right away. Everyone wants to blame the ref, made this bad call, it's the ref's fault, we would have won if it wasn't for that call. And this applies to life as well. Like you can blame and you can be a victim and say, oh, that's why my life is like this because of this bad situation. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe it was the ref's fault. Maybe it was a bad call, but how does that benefit us? It doesn't. That's often how I looked at things. I would never blame a game on a ref, to be honest, because I realized even if it is the ref's fault, well, why am I even in a position where the ref can decide the game? Why am I not up 5-0 where it wouldn't matter what call the ref makes? So this is the same thing that I try to apply to my life now, where I never try to look at things as, oh, it's the client's fault. It's their fault that they're not losing weight. No, it's my fault. Why have I not set them up in a way where they want to follow what I'm giving them? What can I do better to get this person motivated enough to follow the program? So this is just it was very good lessons and good perspectives for me to carry over to what I'm currently doing, just to understand that, just to take responsibility for everything. Everything is your fault, whether when you look at it objectively, whether it really is or not. It's not beneficial to say it's not your fault. It's more beneficial to say it is, and then at least look at how you can make the situation better, because there's always a way you could at least influence the situation to make it a little bit better than the one that you're currently in. Then the other thing that was good about soccer is I became the captain of my soccer team for the school soccer team I played on, and then the club team I played for outside of my high school. So this taught me good lessons, how to lead people, how to motivate people in practice, how to set a good example for people. Because I remember people often in practice would tell me I'm trying too hard. I remember, and I was just looking at them like, what are you talking about this? How can you try too hard? Because, well, I wanted to show you guys, this is, if it's harder in practice, it's going to be easier for you in the game. Like, I want you to be challenged more in practice, so when we go to the game, we're going to win, because you guys are used to me doing this. Nobody else is trying. Like, to be honest, nobody is really trying as hard as I was in soccer. That's why I wasn't the best player on my team. There's guys way better than me, but I tried harder than everyone. So my coach said, okay, he puts in so much effort, and I was a defender. So defense is really about effort, a little bit of smarts, but mainly just how much effort are you putting in. So for me, putting in that amount of effort, I set everyone else up to win in the games, because you're not going to feel the same pressure that I'm giving you. Like, I was one of those people that you didn't really want to play against, but you're happy if I'm on your team. Because I mean, you might get hurt playing against me, not because I wanted to hurt people, but because I just would try pretty hard when I used to play soccer. So it really set me up to help learn how to guide people and how to set a good example for clients now, and helping clients improve, not just by telling them what to do, but then leading by example. Because like I said, you can't tell someone to be in good shape if you're not in good shape. I can't tell my teammates to work harder if I'm not already working harder than they are. So yeah, it really set me up well for where I'm currently at now.
So interesting. Here we're talking about the challenging topics of self-reliance, that we have to take 100% responsibility, or any influence that we can have to alter an outcome. Yeah, not blaming the referees. I was a hockey referee for 7 years. Oh man. Oh, they just, oh, you want thick skin, go put on a zebra outfit and some poorly sharpened skates and go referee some 10-year-old hockey. Oh, the parents will eat alive.
I'm sure.
And we have to motivate ourselves and be self-reliant, take responsibility. And you joke about it almost, but you're working like 14-hour days, 7 days a week. Like, whoa, yeah. What's that about? You're a go-getter. Yeah, of course you're gonna be successful.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like I'm saying, I don't want there to be any reason why I'm not going to be successful. Like I said, I should be up in the soccer game. I should be up 5-0. It shouldn't be in the ref's hands. So that there should be no chance that I'm not going to become successful. So if you don't want to leave any room, like I don't want to ever wonder, oh, like what if I worked a bit harder? What if I spent like that extra hour a day? Like I don't want there to be a chance of that happening. To me, there's nothing that would be worse for me than looking back at my life and saying that, like, oh, what if I tried a bit harder? What if I spent that extra hour a day? So I don't want to leave any room for there can be no excuse as to why I didn't make it to where I want to make it to. So this is what I'm seeing is necessary to get to the point that I want to get to, is to work quite a bit compared to the average person.
Fascinating. And who or what is inspiring you, Keyvan, to be such a winner and such a amazing fitness coach and to rise to the challenge?
Yeah, well, I work so I do have the coaching business, my own clients, but I work alongside other coaches under the brand that I'm wearing on my shirt. This here, Hammer Fitness is the brand. So my boss, Amber, I would say he's set a very good example for me, because I mean, he's showed me that you can even work this hard, and he's told me when I first came to sort of work under him that he honestly, he never told me that you need to work this hard, but he just kind of led by example and showed me that this is what it takes to get to where you want to get to. And like, he never told me that you need to do this much. He's never said that, but I've just understood that that's what's necessary based on seeing him work and seeing all the other people that all my other coworkers that I work with, they all work very hard. And I thought I worked hard before I came to work at Hammer Fitness. And then once I started working there, I realized, I actually don't work that hard. And even now, to be honest, some of the people that work there work harder than I do. And yeah, it's just sort of the culture where at work. There's not really, it's just the standard and the expectation is that you are extremely dedicated, and you don't really have, I mean, people talk about balance, but you don't really have balance in your life. Like, your life is your work. And if you really love your work, you don't mind that because you love it. You don't want to really be doing anything else. So yeah, that's really the main driver for me, and what has had me understand that this is what's necessary for me to get to where I want to get to. Because honestly, I wouldn't have come to this conclusion at this point on my own. Maybe I would have gotten there later in life, but I wouldn't have reached that point so early on without the help of Amber, and then just the other people, the other coworkers that I work with at Hammer Fitness.
Yeah. Here we're getting into a beautiful moment where we're saying that it's not all us. It's not the strength of our hand. We have people supporting us, Hammer Fitness in this case. You have a support network. You're around other coaches, your peers, if you will. You've benefited a lot from being part of a network of peers, if you will, sort of everyone's rising to the occasion. And does it help to have strong co-conspirators or buddies, a buddy pack, a group, a network to support us on our ups and downs, to praise us, to lift us up when things are challenging?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you just see everyone else is constantly doing it. It's the standard, it's the culture. And I think one thing that makes a culture is the things that people do that without being said. Someone said that to me once. I thought it was a good line, that the culture is not something that needs to be said. It's just an unspoken standard that everyone lives by. So for you to live and work below the standard, it doesn't feel right. It feels like you're going, you're kind of going against other people, and you feel worse than everyone else. If everyone else is working harder than you and getting better results than you don't want that. You want to be at the same level as everyone else, and then improve, and then maybe get even better than where some of the people are at. And well, you're not going to do that working less than them and not putting in the same effort that they're putting in. So there's not really another option but to do it, but to work the hours that everyone else is working.
Yeah. As we're talking, you're also rotating and stretching and flexing. I myself feel like I have to be getting into the motions here. You are now you're working in a space. The field you're in is very physical. It's very it's not hiding behind a computer. It's not sitting in the basement. It's not a million meetings after meetings and networking. It's coaching, but it's also very physical. And also you're working, not everyone's so skinny. Not every client is so fit. It's very strange and interesting variables. Well, what's it like to someone's watching this and they're like, I want to talk to Keyvan. They might be female also and skinny. That's a different problem. But someone's watching this and they want to reach out to you. They want to get involved. They want to sign up with you. A fancy lady who's woot woot. Anyway, moving on. What do you say to the prospective guest, prospective client, curious person watching this or one of your other podcasts? How does it work? How do they sign up? What do you want to share about that?
Yeah, well, everything's very different person to person, to be honest. There's no one way that I do things, so I can't really say the way that it works. I can say the way it starts is us having a conversation, figuring out what is your goal, where are you currently at, what are you currently doing, and then I'll tell you what is it going to take to get there. Then we'll talk about, do you think that's something you can do? Is it worth it for you? And then if we decide that it's a good fit, we'll move forward and we'll start executing the program that I'll create for you that is going to be best for you and your goals. But it looks very different person to person. I mean, everyone has different schedule, different life. So it's up to me to create a program that's going to be best for every individual's lifestyle, every individual's preferences, because I mean, like I said earlier on, the program is the easiest part of my job. I have no problem putting together a diet, a workout program for someone. The thing that's challenging is, overcoming the person's psychology, like the person's mental state when the person's having a bad day, a bad week, they're stressed, their wife is not talking to them, their wife's sleeping on the couch,
Who told you? That was confidential. No, I'm kidding.
Or they just want to eat to make themselves feel better. There's so many different things. Person's going on vacation. This is the part that takes more of the effort for me, but I enjoy that part of the job too. It really just depends on the person. But first thing is just having a conversation to figure out where you're currently at, and then see if I can even help you get to where you want to get to, and then making sure that you understand and you think, okay, what I'm asking you to do, you're willing to do it. Because if you're not willing to do it, you're not willing to put in the work, well, just me sending you a program isn't going to get you the results. You have to be willing to follow it.
Oh my God, this is the most mature. Where have you been my 42 years, a wise one? This is such wisdom spewing out. I feel like King Solomon's book of Proverbs is open or something. Keyvan, this is fascinating. You are so mature.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Now, I mean, shifting gears a little bit, what's your style when it comes to ways to best promote your service, promote your business? Are you an Instagram guy? Are you a YouTube guy?
Instagram, that's where I have most of my transformation. So you can see that, okay, this guy isn't just talking. He's done it before. He's helped people get in shape. So I would say the Instagram, Keyvan.Billou, just the name you see here, Keyvan.Billou. Find me on Instagram. You can see some of my transformations there. So, okay, I do get people results. It's not just something I'm saying on this podcast here. It's the best way.
You're an Instagram guy. Fascinating. Yeah. And I know we're both busy, so we'll pause here in the last 30 seconds before my computer overheats. Any last mantra or inspirational words for the younger entrepreneurs out there, young and old, who need a pick-me-up? They're hanging on for dear life. Let's say how.
I mean, the last thing, something that I think I've actually picked it up from listening to another podcast, is that if you want to do well at something and you find you want to quit throughout the process, that's what makes it worth reaching, is because everyone wants to quit, and some people take that opportunity to quit. But that's what makes it fulfilling to actually reach the end goal that you want to get to, is most people don't get there because they want to quit. So if you have that urge where the thing you're doing is hard enough that it makes you want to quit, it's probably it's something worth continuing, because it's so hard that it's if you have that thought to quit, there's definitely lots of people that have quit, and not a lot of people are going to get to the point you want to get to. So just understand that it's part of the process. Everyone wants to quit. Everyone feels that it's hard. Everyone feels that it's challenging, but it's what you do in those moments that really define who you are, and really define how your life will be, is whether what you do when you have that thought of quitting.
Oh my God, we will pause over here on this beautiful high note. Links in the description below, Instagram, your other two podcasts, Hammer Fitness, and we will pause over here. Thank you, Keyvan, for joining us.
Thank you.
Amazing.